Hello YouTube. Welcome to another Joy Expansion video blog. Today it's time to get down the heart of the matter, and the feeling is this. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Even if. Well, you know the rest of the song. The art of forgiveness is extremely important if you want to live a very happy and healthy life. To hold a grudge against somebody, an old Native American saying, is to hold a grudge against someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. When you're holding a grudge against someone else, you are holding this negative energy, this negative emotional energy towards the person, and it's just harming yourself. Forgiveness is an action you do for yourself, not for the other person. A lot of people confuse forgiving with condoning. Think of a 2-year-old child who you're not supposed to have a cookie. You take the cookie, and so the child hits you. Well, you don't condone the action of being hit because you don't want to teach your child that hitting is okay. But at the same time, you don't spend 10 years thinking back at the time this 2-year-old child hit you and just feel so much animosity and anger towards this child. No, it's an automatic just forgiveness. He didn't know any better is the excuse you use for forgiveness. That can be an excuse you use for everyone because people are working with the processes and experiences that they have, and a lot of times that causes people to do mean things. So it's like that person has their own experiences which causes them to do their own actions. And because of those actions, they made a bad choice. And so you forgive them. But you don't condone their action. Forgiving isn't for condoning, and forgiving isn't forgetting. You want to learn from the action. For instance, if someone hurts you, you forgive them and you make sure they're not around you anymore. You can forgive someone from a distance. It's a good idea if someone hits you or is abusive towards you to not be around them, to forgive them from a distance. Forgiving isn't condoning the action. That's the most important thing I like to convey. Forgiving isn't condoning. Forgiving is forgiving. It's a way to let go of your animosity and your anger so you can move on and live your life and just feel free. Feel free to love and feel free to feel joy. Because if you just don't forgive, it kind of eats you alive inside and it doesn't feel good. I mean, think of someone you're holding a grudge to about. Does that feel good? And not in the good in the sense of feeling superior or feeling justified, or that fake good that underneath the good feels the bad, but just does that feel like being a joyful person? From the depths of your heart, are you feeling like a happy person when you're holding that grudge? So release and forgive them to yourself. You don't even have to tell them. Just say, I forgive you. I don't have to condone your action. I don't have to justify it. I don't have to do anything. I forgive you, and now I can move on. And living a life of complete forgiveness will allow you to just feel so joyful. And you can really learn from the situation. It's about learning. I mean, that's what life is. It's just one learning experience after another. You don't want to be around people who harm you. I want to just really stress this. A lot of people, when I read about being not forgiving, talks about condoning people's actions. Again, this is not condoning the action. It's releasing your personal hatred or your personal anger. It's keeping the lesson of staying away, if that needs to be the lesson, or whatever lesson you need to learn. Or to make sure you take the cookie at arm's length from the 2-year-old. So again, it's time to get back to the heart of matter. And the feeling is this. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Even if you don't love me anymore. Oh, Don Henley, you are so wise. There's a stop. Ha ha ha.